friends, welcome back to CodeKaroYaaro, India's first online school of computer science. My name is Paul Gutka and today we are meeting here for our next tutorial. So in this tutorial I am going to show you how we can create a game with the help of Scratch. So this is our 9th tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn game development with Scratch. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all you have to go to Google and you have to search for Scratch. So once you search for Scratch, you have to click on the very first link, Scratch Imagine Program Share. After you click on the link, you first have to click on Create. Okay, so make sure you are logged into your account. Okay, here you can see if you are logged into your account or not. And if you are not logged into your account, make sure you first log into your account and then start creating the project. Okay, so now we are going to click on the create option. Okay, so now creating this project, we are going to learn how to make a game with the help of Scratch today. We are going to learn how to make a Pong game with the help of Scratch. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to now click delete the cat, okay, because I don't need the cat right now. I'm going to choose our sprites, okay, that we are going to use in our game. So you have to go to choose a sprite option, and I want a paddle, okay, for my game. So I'm going to search for paddle in the search bar here, and I'm going to click on this paddle. Okay, I'm going to adjust it here on my stage. I think in the middle it's fine. Now again I'm going to go to choose a sprite. I'm going to select my second sprite of the game, that is a ball. Okay, I need a ball, so I'm going to click on this ball. So I have got the ball also, and now I'm going to choose my third sprite of the game, that is a line. Okay, I want a red line. So I'm going to go to choose a sprite, and I'm going to search here for line, L-I-N-E, line, and here is the red line. So I'm going to adjust it here down. Make sure you adjust it properly like this at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so this is my sprites. Okay, these are my sprites, a ball, a paddle and a line. Okay, I need the 3 sprites for my game. Now I'm going to put a good backdrop. Okay, so I'm going to go to this backdrop option, choose a backdrop, and I'm going to choose a good backdrop for my game. So let me explore some backdrops, and I will choose the neon tunnel one. I think this will look good. Okay, so I'm going to choose this neon tunnel. You can choose your own backdrop. Okay, you can choose any other backdrop which you like. Okay, so now I have put a backdrop also. So all my designing of the game is done. Okay, I have a sprite ball, I have a sprite paddle, I have my sprite line, and I have put a neon tunnel backdrop. So now my game is all about that the ball will move anywhere on the stage. Okay, it will rotate anywhere, and I have to control it with the paddle. I have to move the paddle left and right to control the ball. So I don't have to let the ball touch the red line. Okay, if the ball is touching the red line, then the game will stop. Okay, so let's start creating this game. Okay, it will be fun. So first of all I'm going to click on this ball here. Okay, because I'm going to code for the ball. So my task is to point the ball in any random direction on the stage, right? So let's get started. So you first make sure you have selected the ball here, and then only you have to start coding for the ball. So first of all I'm going to go to the events option, the yellow circle. Okay, so first I'll go to the events. I'll put this when green flag is clicked. As you all know that green flag is the play button for our game, right? So I'm going to use when green flag is clicked. Now next thing, I want to point the ball in direction 45. Okay, it will be pointing in some direction 45. So I'll go to the motion, and here I will get point in direction 45. It's 90 right now. You have to delete this and you have to point the direction 45. Okay, now I'm going to go to the forever. Okay, I'm going to go to the forever. So I'll go to events, I'll go to control and I'll put forever. Okay, after putting forever, I'm going to move the ball. I want the ball to move, so move 10 steps from the motion, and if it touches the edge of the screen, it should bounce back, right? So I'm going to put if on edge bounce. So my ball will be something like this. As you can see, that ball is moving to any random position. Okay, it is moving to not random position we can say, but we can say it is moving in the direction 45 degrees. Okay, it is moving forever for 10 steps, and also whenever it touches the edge of the screen, it is bouncing, right? It is bouncing back. So this is what I want for the ball. Okay, so now we will again repeat the steps. Okay, for the ball, what we need to do, we need to go to the events. Okay, we have to pick up when green flag is clicked, then we have to go to the motion, and we have to put point in direction. We want the ball to point in direction 45. Right now it's 90, just erase it and put 45. Okay, because I want the ball to point in direction 45. Then I'll put the forever block. So what is forever? Forever means whatever code you put inside forever has to keep on repeating, right? It cannot stop unless you click on the stop button, or unless your condition is false. Okay, it will keep on repeating. So put forever, then you have to move the ball, right? The ball needs to show some movement. So what you will do, you will put move 10 steps, and the last step is if on edge bounce. When you scroll down, you will get this code if on edge bounce. Okay, so here you have to put if on edge bounce. So I think you are clear with the very first code for our game. Okay, for the ball. Now we are going to check some conditions here. Now what is the condition that needs to be checked? If the ball is touching the paddle, right? If we are able to control the ball with the paddle successfully, then it has to continue the game, right? The ball has to move again to any random direction. Okay, but if the ball touches the red line, if we are not able to control the ball with the paddle and it touches the red line, then the game should stop there and there. Okay, then you won't be able to play the game anymore. So we have to check two conditions here. The first one is that if the ball is touching this paddle, then what will happen? And if the ball is touching this red line, then what will happen? Okay, so there are two conditions to be checked. So let's check the condition. So again we will go here. Okay, and we will put when green flag is clicked. Okay, so when the green flag is clicked, when we start the game, we have to check few conditions. So we'll put the forever block again, because I want the condition to be keep on checking again and again until the condition is false. Okay, so we will put the forever block. Now, as we learned in our previous tutorial, that for checking the condition, we always need if then block. Okay, for checking the condition, we always need if then block from the control. There has to be if then block. Okay, so I'm going to get this if then block. In this if then block, we are going to check our condition. If, then there is a small space between if and then. In that space, we are going to check our condition. Okay, and then the further steps will be performed after then. Okay, in this space after if then. So in the middle part, we are going to check our condition. So if the condition is true, then what will happen? The further steps we will put here. Okay, so that is the meaning of if then. So what condition do we need to check? So as we discussed earlier that we need to check two conditions. The first is the paddle, okay, if the ball is touching the paddle or not. So first, for touching thing we always go to the sensing part, okay, because sensing has all the instructions that we use to sense something, right? So right now what we need to sense? We need to sense that if the ball is touching the paddle or not, right? So we will go to the sensing, and here it's the very first instruction, touching. Okay, we have to pick this instruction from sensing, the very first one, touching, and we have to put it here in the between part. Okay, and here we need to select paddle, okay, because we need to check whether the ball is touching the paddle or not. So here we have to select paddle. Once this is done, we have to attach it here in forever. Okay, inside the forever, just attach it like this. After that we are going to put further steps. What if this condition is true? What if the ball is touching the paddle? Like this. What if the ball is touching the paddle? Then we have to, we will make a score also in the game. Okay, if the ball is touching the paddle, then we will make a score which will increase because you are successfully able to control the ball. So obviously the score should increase, right? Without score there is no point of game. Yeah, there is no point of making a game without score. So we will make a score. So how do we do that? How do we make a score in the game? So for that we are going to learn variables. Okay, so what is a variable? So variable is something in which you store data. Okay, whatever data you want to store in your project, you always use variables for that. Now right now what we need to store? We need to store the score, that how much a user can score, right? We need to store it somewhere, right? So we will make a variable for that. Okay, so the variable will store the score of the user. So there is a last second circle here that is called variables. Okay, this circle is used to put the variables. Okay, so if you want to make a new variable, where do you have to go? You have to go to this variables option. Okay, and in the variables option there is this very first option, make a variable. As you can see, it's written here in the variables, make a variable. That means if you want to make a new variable, where do you have to go? You have to go to the variables block, and it's the very first option, make a variable, and you have to click on that, make a variable. Okay, and here it will ask you to write the name of the variable. Now there will be different name of the variables which you are going to use in your game. Okay, so right now the name is score because we want to store the score. It depends on what data you want to store in the variable. If you want to store score in the variable, then you can name the variable as score. Okay, so here it's asking you new variable name. In that you have to write score. It will allow you to write the name here, score. Okay, and you have to select for all the sprites. That means for all the sprites you want the variable, not only for one sprite. Okay, so make sure you select for all the sprites. And then there is an OK button once you are done with your name, and once you select for all the sprites, you have to click on this OK button. Okay, so once you click on the OK, your variable will be displayed here. As you can see, you can adjust it and put it anywhere that you want. Okay, mostly we will put it here in the corner so that it will not disturb our game. So you can easily see your score here. Okay, so as you can see, we have made a variable score. Right now it's 0. Okay, so now the variable is made. Now if the ball is touching the paddle, then what we need to do? We need to change the score by 1, right? The user should get 1 score every time the ball is touching the paddle. Okay, so there is an instruction, change my variable by 1. It's in the variables block only. It's the fourth instruction, change my variable by 1. You have to get this instruction and you have to put it here, okay, after if then, and you have to click on my variable and change it to score, because we want to change score by 1. Okay, here you can also change the numbers, but right now we only want one score to be increased every time the ball is touching the paddle. So right now we will only put change score by 1. Okay, so change score by 1. So once the ball is successfully touching the paddle, the score should increase by 1, and also the ball should again start moving to any random direction, right? It should not stop moving. So we will again go to motion, and there is turn 15 degrees. As you can see here, we will put this instruction so that the ball will again turn to 15 degrees, but 15 degrees will be, fixed. So we don't want any fixed value, we want any random, because the ball can move anywhere on the stage. So for random thing, we are going to go to the operators, and there is pick random. Okay, we are just going to attach it here. So it will just pick any random degrees from whatever number you put in the first part. Okay, suppose I put 170 to whatever number you put in the second part. So I put 190. Okay, so it will pick any random direction, okay, from 170 to 190. Okay, so that is the use of pick random. Okay, between 170 to 190 it can pick any degrees. Okay, it can be 175, it can be 180, 185. Okay, it depends on the computer. Any random degree it will choose. Okay, so we are going to put pick random. Okay, and it will turn to that random degree. Now we will also move the ball. Okay, we need to move the ball, so we will make it move like 15 steps again. Move 15 steps, so the ball will move 15 steps, right? And then we are just going to wait for 0.5 seconds to again repeat the same step again. So wait 0.5 seconds. Okay, so now our code for the second part of the code for the ball is done. I will repeat once again each and every step. Okay, so when green flag is clicked, that means when the game is in the play mode. Forever block, forever means the code that you put inside forever will keep on repeating. Here we are going to check one condition, that if the ball is touching the paddle, that's why we are using if then block. Inside the if then you check the condition touching paddle, it's from the sensing. Okay, then we are going to make a variable. Variable means if you want to store data somewhere, you use variables for that. Here we are going to make a score variable. You'll go to the variables block and you will make a variable here. Okay, name it as score, and you'll use this instruction, change my variable by 1, but instead of my variable you have to choose score, because right now your variable is score. Okay, then turn again pick random degrees, like it will pick any random degrees from 170 to 190. Then it will move the ball 15 steps and it will wait for 0.5 seconds. So this is the code for our ball. Also we need to do one thing here, that's the 2-line code. When green flag is clicked, we have to initially set the variable to 0. Okay, set the score variable to 0, because it has to start with 0 whenever a new player is playing the game, right? So we have to set the score to 0. So here you will get the third instruction, set my variable to 0. So you just have to attach that instruction with when green flag is clicked, and here you can just choose score. So these are the 3 codes we have done for the ball. Okay, so our ball coding is done. Okay, it's very simple. You just have to do 3 codes here, 3 part of codes. Okay, and I hope now you are clear with the ball. Now we will go to the paddle. So what we need to code for the paddle? So whenever I click my left arrow key from the keyboard, it should move to the left. The paddle should move to the left. Whenever I click the right arrow key of my keyboard, okay, we are going to sense the keys of our keyboard. Whenever I click the right arrow key of my keyboard, it should move to right. Okay, so left and right, whenever I press the keys, accordingly the paddle should move, right? So click on the paddle, okay, go to the events. When green flag is clicked, you have to go to the forever. Then you have to again check the condition if then. So if we need to check which key is pressed, right? We need to check the key pressed. So you have to go to the sensing, as you know that whenever you want to sense something, you have to go to the sensing. Right now we are sensing the keys of our keyboard, that which key is pressed, right? So here there is key pressed option, okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh instruction from sensing, it is key space pressed. You have to get this instruction. Instead of space, you have to put left arrow. If the key left arrow is pressed, then you have to go to the motion and you have to move the paddle -10 steps. Okay, why -10? Because it is going to the left direction, it's opposite, right? So -10. And you have to repeat the same thing again for the right arrow, but only the steps will change. Here it's -10, we will put 10 steps in the right arrow, because both are in opposite direction, left and right, that's why. So now we will go to events again. We will put when green flag is clicked, okay, and we will put the forever block, okay, forever. Then we will put the if then block, if then. Then again we'll go to the sensing, we'll put key pressed. It will check the condition which key is pressed. Right now I have to check whether the right arrow key is pressed or not. If the right arrow key is pressed, then I have to go to the motion and put move 10 steps. See, now let's see how it works. Okay, now my game is almost ready. I have to check it. See, do you see how the paddle is moving as per I press whatever the keys of my keyboard? Like if I press left, it's moving left. If I press right, it's moving right. See, like this I have to handle the ball. See, I have to control the ball. See, the ball is moving to any degrees, okay, random degrees, and I have to control the ball without letting it touch the red line. See, the score is increasing. Do you see the score increasing? As my ball is touching the paddle, the score is increasing. See, okay, let's make it bigger and see. Okay, it is going to be a fun game. You can also play it with your friends, with your family. Okay, so it's such a nice game, and it's easy also, it's not that hard also. Like this you have to control the ball with the paddle. See, so whatever coding we have done, it's showing perfectly fine. Okay, the score is also increasing. The ball is also moving to any random degrees between 170 to 190. Then with the help of the keys, we are able to control the paddle also. When the left arrow key is pressed, it's moving left. When the right arrow key is pressed, it's moving right. Now the only thing left is to code for the line, right? We need to code for the line as well. So for the line, you have to select the sprite first, line. So what is the condition do we need to check for the line? So if the ball is touching the line, we are not able to control the ball with the paddle, and it's touching the line, then you have to stop the game, right? You have to stop. So first we'll go to the events. When green flag is clicked, for the line we are going to code when green flag is clicked. Then we'll put the forever block, okay, forever. Then we will put if then for checking the condition. Now again we need to sense that whether the ball is touching the line or not. So we will go to sensing, and it's touching. Here instead of mouse pointer we are going to select ball, okay, if the line is touching the ball or not. And if it's touching the ball, then we will stop the game. So stop all is in the control. There is an instruction stop all in the control. You just have to put it here, then it will stop the entire game. So let's see how it works. See, now I cannot play the game. It has stopped. As soon as it touches the red line, it is stopping the game, okay. I can also put like sound when it touches the paddle. It will look more good. So go to the ball and put start sound pop after this, after touching paddle. So it will create a sound when it's touching the paddle, and you will also know when the game is over. So in the line you can also put a sound. We will go to the sounds and explore some game over sounds if it has. Okay, let me see. Oh, it's not there. Maybe I'll just choose any one. Maybe alert. I'll choose the alert sound, okay. So start sound alert after it's touching the ball. So let's see. My game is ready and I'm going to play the game now. Oops. So this is how you can play the game, okay. So I have to control the ball with the paddle, which is quite hard to do, definitely. Oops. So let's see if I can make score 10, at least 10 scores. Let's see. Oops. Oh, it's I just missed one score, but it's really fun to play. You all can, try this game out, and you all can play this game. It's really fun. You'll enjoy making your own game and then playing it, right? It is going to be fun. You can play it with your friends, family, okay? So now the game is done, and I hope you are clear with all the codes in the game. So now we will save the game. So here Untitled 4 is written. Instead of that, I'm going to write the name of the game. So it's Pong game, okay. So once I write the game, my game is already saved, okay. So you can go to my stuff and you can see the game, okay. See inside, and here you are able to see your game. You can play it anytime you want, okay. So this is the whole game that we created today. So in our further sessions also we are going to learn to create some more exciting games. So till then, stay tuned and keep practicing the projects. Okay, I will see you soon in my next tutorial. Bye everyone. Bye.